we are investing into Black, Brown, and Indigenous businesses for Christmas. And we're also starting up a Flint campaign soon, very soon, because we know that our brothers and sisters in Flint are not getting, clean water. So yeah, I just wanted to lead you guys. Oh, and the address for the meeting on Sunday, get your phones out. It's at 1137 South Redondo, Chuco's Justice Center. A lot of you guys may know about that place. It's at 7 o'clock, so I hope to see you guys there. And I just wanted to lead you in a little chant we call it Asada. It's the word of Asada Shakur. So just repeat after us. It is our duty to fight for freedom.
It is our duty to fight for freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love and protect one another.
We must love and protect one another.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
Thank you guys, and keep fighting.
Next we're going to have my brother Shannon Rivers from the Akimawatam Gila River, from Arizona, indigenous activist, human rights defender, fighting to protect the Southern Sacred Mountain down there in Arizona. He's a traditional and cultural advisor for incarcerated Native people in Arizona's federal, state, and county facilities. Give it up for Shannon.
Thank you. A lot of things that we're talking about, of course, are very critical. And for us as indigenous peoples, we first want to acknowledge Leonard Peltier and his family. His son yesterday, Paul Shield Peltier, a couple of days ago passed away. And we wanted to recognize him today. I'm here to share a couple of things with you. In Arizona, we have Loop 202 where they want to build a freeway through our territory. How many of you have been to Phoenix? There's a mountain called South Mountain. In our traditional language, we call it Moador. And they want to cut through and create a freeway. It's constantly being desecrated. San Francisco Peaks, how many of you heard that? Dogo Shli, the Dene Nation. Sacred site to the Hopi and the Dene people. Many of us are new to this activism. Some of us are just waking up. As the young folks say, you just woke. And you gotta wake up. Many of you live in Los Angeles. And you come here and you raise your fist, and that's beautiful. But every day you got to take action, every day, because these people that are coming, they're hungry, and they're coming to eat you and your children, not only physically but mentally and spiritually. For a long time we've been fighting this. How many of you heard Mauna Kea of Mauna Kea? How many of you heard of the murdered and missing women in Canada? How many of you heard of Berta Carasas? How many of you heard of Ayotzinapa? This is happening everywhere. They're coming. And when they come, they take everything that you have. And those of you, as many of the folks have already said, have been to Standing Rock. And that's beautiful. But some of you just want to go. The other day, we heard about the drugs and the alcohol that is being used there. Those of you that stand with Standing Rock, you can only do it one way, and that's sober. You have to be clear-minded and clear-headed. You have to have a good heart. A warrior is not someone who's drunk. A warrior who's not someone that raises his hand and spits this anger. A warrior is someone who gathers himself and knows how to fight and stand in the front line. A warrior does not brag about himself. He doesn't brag about what he or she done. A warrior is someone that stands up, chops wood, carries the water, goes and helps the people back home. That's what a warrior does. A warrior doesn't get lost in the city. A warrior doesn't just stay comfortable on his couch and like everything on Facebook. That's not a warrior, relatives. A warrior is someone who goes out and fights for the people. I want to say this about Peltier. When I was a young man, it was the Red Power movement and eventually the American Indian movement who came to our community. And you ask yourself, well, what is the connection between Leonard Peltier and his 41 years in prison? Leonard Peltier fought for the water. More importantly, he fought for the sacred things that belong and that Indian and indigenous people honor. What is the connection between Leonard Peltier and Standing Rock today? What is the connection between 1492? What is the connection, relatives? The connection is there. And it's a connection that keeps devastating our people. And some of you, some of us, we don't know how to get out of it. We don't know how to move forward. But I tell you, watch what the indigenous people are doing all over the world, not just here in these United States, but all over the world. Indigenous peoples have 80% of pristine water, 80% of the forest left, and they constantly come and destroy and destroy. In Peru, our brothers and sisters are being violated to this day. Every week an indigenous person dies because they're protecting sacred sites or territories or lands or resources. What is the connection between Peltier and Standing Rock? The connection is everything. The connection is all these movements, all these struggles, everything. The very land that we stand on, the Tongva people. Where are my relatives? Where is my relatives that come from this territory? There should be 1,000 of them. But because of genocide, sickness, religion, it killed our people. The connection between Leonard Peltier doing time behind walls is that we are Leonard Peltier, and Leonard Peltier is us. We may not sit behind the bars, but believe it or not, relatives, you are in prison. You are in this capitalistic prison. You keep trying to get out, but yet you keep buying their shit. Quit buying their shit. Put your money somewhere else. Divest. Take it out of these banks like Bank of America and Chase. Take it out, relatives. Divest. Quit buying their shit. Quit buying their physical shit. Quit buying their mental shit. Quit buying their religious shit. Because that's what it is. Take that word with you. It's all shit, relatives. All of it. Right. No more shit. Exactly. And I say that to use that as a metaphor because you understand what I'm saying. You understand that we constantly are these crabs in a bucket. And we're constantly trying to climb out, relatives. We're trying to climb out. Watch what indigenous peoples are doing. They're living off the land. They're honoring the water. They're praying. And they're worshiping the earth, Mother Earth. She is our mother. It is not a metaphor. She is our mother and she provides. I want to say that Leonard Peltier has been a warrior, a leader for me. And he is my brother, my uncle, my spiritual leader, my guide. He is a warrior for the people. When FBI agents come charging in and they have guns, you shoot back. And sadly, lives were lost, but indigenous lives have been lost since 1492, and millions of them. And we're here to stand up with them, and we're here to stand with Standing Rock. Thank you, Standing Rock. Thank you, Water Protectors. Thank you for coming today. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
What do you think so far?
Those good words. How you guys doing out there? All right, next we're gonna have a performer, a blues musician by the name of Tracy Lee. He's gonna go ahead and perform for us. Y'all want to give him a hand?
Tracy Lee Nelson. I'm from the La Jolla Indian Reservation down in San Diego County. I just want to say the love that I feel here today is incredible. And I just want to say thank you to everybody for coming out and supporting Standing Rock and our fight for water and water rights and our water and our rights as living human beings. I'll give you a little background on myself. I'm also the former chairman of the La Jolla Reservation, and I had firsthand in dealing with individuals in the federal side too, especially dealing with, I had to deal with Arnold Schwarzenegger years ago in dealing with the compacts with the California tribes. It was really a one-sided thing. And I can tell you that didn't go too well. I'll give you a little history too, you know. Thank you for standing up and helping us out here, because my father was the chairman of our reservation before I became chairman, of course. My grandfather was the chairman, which is basically the president of our tribe and our reservation. Now, years ago, and this is what's so incredible, everybody's really come to realize how important water is. My great-grandfather lost the battle years ago when he was out fighting for water and Indian rights and our rights as human beings. And I can tell you right now, and I know a lot of you don't even know, we lost that battle years ago when we were trying to, we were fighting the developers from the, and I know everybody knows it, Hoover Dam. So even back then, back in the 1930s, my grandfather was out here fighting, and you know, that Hoover Dam was built, and there was nothing we could do. Can't tell you how many native tribes and natives have passed because the water was redirected away from the reservations. So this is just, I do the blues. I play the blues, and this one's a little off of the blues, but I figure, you know what? Us as Native Americans, and I've always said, ever since our discovery of Christopher Columbus, we've always had the blues. So I said, you know what, I'm going to keep it going, and then of course, Standing Rock, and this is the song, this is called Protectors. You can also catch this on YouTube. Check it out on YouTube, and every time you click on YouTube, you hear this song, all the proceeds go to Standing Rock. So every time you click on it, there's a commercial to go to them. So it's not for me, it's for Standing Rock and the cause. Okay? This is it. They gather from all four directions. Indigenous tribes unite, protecting all that is sacred. Our Mother Earth, a rainbow of warriors stand strong for the future of our children. Stop desecrating and disrespecting our burial grounds. We gotta stand with Standing Rock. No DAPL, no pipeline. We gotta stand desecration we've gotta stop. We gotta pray for Standing Rock with the power of prayer. Molten sheriffs ignite violently on protectors, attacking unarmed and innocents who pray for peace. Brutality, guns, ammunition to protect corporations of greed, violate our First Amendment, religion-free peace. We gotta stand with Standing Rock. NoDAPL, no pop lock. We gotta stand with Standing Rock. Our water is life. We gotta pray with Standing Rock. No desecration, gotta stop. We gotta pray with Standing Rock. With the power of prayer, we gotta stand with Standing Rock. NoDAPL, no pop lock. We gotta stand with Standing Rock. Our water is life. We gotta pray with Standing Rock. NoDAPL, no pop lock. We gotta pray with Standing Rock. With the power of prayer. The world is watching. The world is watching. The world is watching. Thank you guys. You guys take care, right?